The Lost Colony of Roanoke. America's Greatest Unsolved Mystery. August, 1590. After a dangerous journey across the Atlantic Ocean, English Governor John White finally returned to Roanoke Island. 3 years earlier, he had left behind more than 100 men, women, and children. Among them was his daughter and his newborn granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas. White expected a joyful reunion. Instead, he found silence. The houses stood empty. There were no bodies, no signs of battle, no smoke rising from chimneys, no voices. The entire colony had vanished. Only one mysterious word had been carved into a wooden post: CROATOAN. More than 4 centuries later, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony remains one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. During the late 1500s, England dreamed of building permanent colonies in North America. Spain already controlled vast territories and had become one of Europe's richest empires. England wanted its own foothold in the New World. Sir Walter Raleigh received permission from Queen Elizabeth I to establish an English settlement. The chosen location was Roanoke Island, along the coast of present-day North Carolina. The first attempts struggled. Supplies were limited. Relations with some indigenous communities became tense. Despite these difficulties, another expedition was organized in 1587. This time, the settlers intended to stay permanently. Families arrived carrying tools, seeds, livestock, and hope. They believed they were building the future of England in America. None of them knew they were about to become one of history's greatest mysteries. The settlers quickly began constructing homes. Wooden buildings appeared among the trees. Fields were prepared for farming. Life was difficult, but there was hope. On August 18, 1587, John White's daughter gave birth to a baby girl. She was named Virginia Dare. She became the first English child born in North America. For a brief moment, the future seemed bright, but the colony faced a serious problem. Food supplies were running dangerously low. The settlers asked Governor John White to return to England for additional supplies. Reluctantly, he agreed. Before leaving, White promised to return as quickly as possible. None of them imagined it would take 3 long years. John White reached England safely, but Europe was on the edge of war. King Philip II of Spain was preparing the Spanish Armada. England ordered nearly every available ship to prepare for battle. White could not find a vessel to return to America. Months became years. The colonists waited. No ships arrived, no supplies came, no rescue appeared on the horizon. Only after England defeated the Spanish Armada was White finally able to organize another voyage. By then, 3 years had passed. In August 1590, John White finally returned to Roanoke. His heart raced as he approached the settlement. Something immediately felt wrong. There were no welcoming voices, no fires, no signs of daily life. Every house was empty. The fort had been carefully dismantled. Nothing suggested a violent attack. There were no human remains, no graves, no obvious evidence of a battle. Then White noticed something unusual. The word CROATOAN had been carved into a wooden post. Nearby, the letters KRO were carved into a tree. Before leaving, White had arranged a signal with the colonists. If they were forced to move, they would carve their destination. If they had been attacked or forced away by violence, they would also carve the shape of a cross. No cross was found. Did this mean the colonists had moved willingly, or was someone trying to send a message? Before White could investigate further, a violent storm damaged his ships. The expedition was forced to leave. He never saw the colony again. The mystery had only just begun.